Yeah.
I burped. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I was trying to toy with not having to use my phone anymore for video, but I don't know how else to record secondary audio. Oh, I don't want to say how I figured out my camera,
Yeah.
but I probably I might as well. It turns out that there's a function key on my computer
Yeah.
that I did not push. Okay. Well, listen. Test, test,
I hear you.
test, test.
I hear you.
Okay. Okay. Wait. What the hell is going on with the background now? Well, maybe I will just have to. That's what I'll have to do. Oh. There we go. Well, I'll just have to rip the audio out of this probably or something.
Yeah.
I wonder if the other guys are going to show up. Oh yeah,
John said he'd be here.
yeah. I forgot Alex said that. Shows Chris might actually be active on Zoom right now.
Oh yeah. I'll be right back.
Chris is active.
Let him get out. Go.
Oh, Chris declined the offer.
Of course he did.
Oh, he's probably diddling a inmates right now. I mean, diddling somebody since this is recording, and yeah.
I mean, it sounds like a pretty Chris thing to do.
Yeah. So I tried using just our logo for my background, but it put my face right at the crotch of the center dude. Michelle's like, I told her, I'm like, yeah, I don't like where this is putting me. Let's see. I guess it is still a little early. Oh, John is on now. Well, let's try to invite him again. Let's see. No, Alec is offline. Here we go. John is in the waiting room. There he is.
G'day.
Hey, John.
How are you?
I'm good. Figured out my webcam. Turns out that there's a function button
Oh,
with a camera on it with a little on off. Doc
What the
Holiday
hell?
over there.
that's what I was thinking.
That was what you were thinking? And you
Actually,
didn't
I was
and you
thinking
didn't
something
say
else.
something?
I was thinking something else, but like what's he doing with the 70s porn mustache and a hat on?
Oh, Doc Holiday over there.
Yeah.
Although that Glock in the background there is a little too modern for Doc. You're watching porn, aren't you? You're watching porn. Okay. Is anybody else in the room watching the porn with you?
He's also got a vest on too.
Yeah. He told me he was going for the full look.
My tie will be here Monday.
Oh, that's right. You're missing the tie. I thought you said that was going to be here today.
No, I didn't come.
Excuse me.
You're talking I think it's called a bolo tie or something.
Yeah.
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 I wore my father-in-law's for our wedding.
Oh, nice.
So did you hear about COVID, Dick?
No.
Supposedly, COVID can cause your penis to shrink.
Mine gets much smaller. I'm gonna have to get a sex change.
Michelle actually found the articles. It was, I think, was it the Times and New York Post and Newsweek were running it, but I had seen like a screenshot somebody had posted on Float that said, "Man alive, man's penis
God.
shrinks by over an inch due to COVID, and it's permanent."
Okay, there's a Newsweek article, New York Post, Euro News, Gizmodo. God
But
almighty.
here's the thing: if they're trying to use it to, get people to get vaccinated, the CDC also went on Fox News. The director of the CDC, I think it was last week, and confirmed that the vaccine and masks are not a preventative measure for.
Yep. And also they're now saying that cloth masks are not any good. You got to get the K95 or whatever it's called.
Yeah, the KN95.
Yeah, those are the only ones that actually have any kind of chance of
Yeah, so for the
filtering
last 2
a
years,
part
they've
of the
been full of
play.
shit.
Oh yeah, they've been full of shit.
Yeah, true.
Oh. So you're gonna stream on Twitch. I'm gonna stream on Float.
Yep.
I've been priming people.
Yep.
Hoping that it works. Let's see. What do we have in Discord? I did like Amber's PPE meme.
Yeah, I love that one.
Okay, so what is this thing that you posted, John?
It's a
Novelty hand.
it's a 3D it's a 3D printed thing you put on your hand that you slip over your rifle grip, and it causes it to become full auto.
Shit.
Yeah, and you can. It's $10 or $12 or something on their website, but it's a 3D printed item that you can actually buy the STL for.
And if
Which
you
I'm-
print it, then there's-
Nobody knows.
Yep.
Yeah, it's I'm thinking very seriously.
I really want to get a 3D print. I mean, not so much for that, but
Do a lot of research.
well, I want to get one because I like a lot of the classic paintball guns that you can't get parts for anymore.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I want to. You can find like the parts on I'm trying to remember what the website is now. That
Thingiverse.
it's something. It has all like free 3D files and stuff.
Yeah, there's Thingiverse.
I think it is Thingiverse.
There's about 5 or 6 different sites, but the best one to go to is called Yeggi.com.
Yiggy.
And then YEGGI. You put in what you want, and it searches every 3D printing site, and it shows you everything. Then you can just go to whatever you want, and that takes you directly to the 3D site.
Cat's having trouble getting up on the desk to get to her food bowls. Oh, and I've heard of the 30 Super. I've never looked into it.
It's only a brand new cartridge that's out. There's not a lot of. I did a quick search. There's only about 2 different firearms manufacturers that's got anything at the moment.
Yeah, it looks like Smith and Wesson. Smith and Wesson is making a Shield Easy.
Yep.
In it, and Nighthawk.
You want to pay something like about $1,200.
Yeah, I'll stick with the Smith and Wesson. If I was going, yeah. Oh, although I am a big 1911 fan.
I have 2 of them.
Let's see. I lost one in the divorce with my ex-wife, and I had to sell another one during the divorce.
Both of mine are Rock Island.
I think if I ever have another one, I'm going to build.
80%.
I don't even know if I'm going to go 80%. I might just build one.
Yeah, there's a lot of places you can get the
I mean,
parts from.
Yeah, I get a dealer discount from Brown Oaks.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah, I'm registered in their database as a gunsmith, so I get a discount through them. I think it's only like 15 or 20%.
That's better than nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's back in the day, back when they were talking about magazine shortages and everything else like that. I had I was buying case or not cases. I was buying magazines like 10, 20, 30 at a time from them and stuff. So I have, God, I have so many magazines right now for ARs. I have like a duffel bag full. I have enough for at least each one of my kids to have 20 for each of their ARs that I'm building now.
Best way to do it.
Yep. That's what I figured. I wanted them to have the same opportunity as we have.
Yep. Yeah, after last week's episode, I did whatever I had to do, turned the computer off and the monitors off, came back on Sunday and my big monitor died.
Oh,
So I had to find luckily I had an old TV in the garage that had HDMI. So I'm running off.
so right now you're looking at how big a screen are you looking at?
Now I'm looking at maybe a 20-inch coming down from I think it was a 40-inch.
Hey Doc,
So
your fingers on the bang switch.
This isn't an Alec Baldwin gun, all right? It's not going to go up. Hammers forward. Even if it wasn't, I can't afford $3 a round to accidentally discharge into my ceiling. So,
Oh. Well, should we get this shit show on the road?
yeah. I'll get her fired up here.
Let's see if okay. See if this connects.
We are live.
Okay. I am trying to get it to go live. This. Let's try this. Last week I had to close and reopen OBS.
did you put a bit of wax on those, Dave?
Oh, yeah, there's some wax in it.
And his mustache.
Yeah.
Come on, computer, catch up. Okay. Supposedly it's streaming.
Um,
John, I don't
Yep.
want to hear your oh, yep.
might want to Might want to be careful what tabs you've got open. Okay, we're going out on both
Yeah,
of them. All three of them actually going out pretty good.
Hey, Krista.
okay.
Krista's also Canadian.
Wife was actually looking at a pamphlet we got in the papers last weekend about trips you can go on, and there's one about doing a train trip across Canada. But it's about $4 grand per person.
I'm
Really?
paying four. I'm not paying $4 grand to look at fucking polar bears and fucking maple trees. I can do that at the Detroit Zoo.
$4 grand a person.
Yep.
For a train trip.
Oh, that's airfares, accommodation, tour guide,
What the
meals.
do?
I know. You can. She was also looking at one for New Orleans. That was about, I think it was about 1,500 per person. But again, tour guide, airfare, accommodations, food. That sounds a little bit, I think, more fun.
Yeah, that seems a lot more fun.
Plus, there's some museums that you can go to, and the wife's into that. So
Yeah, I'm a nerd like that too. I like museums. So one cup the background doesn't like. And the other cup.
well, that's the same as you see with mine. My part of my head disappears every now and then.
Oh, when I was first playing with this, when I first did I did like the space background that you had
Yeah.
last week, and I showed my wife, and like it couldn't like figure out where my face ended, and I'm like, you can't even see me at all. I'm like, does this
Well,
mean I'm that pale?
that was like just then part of your fingers disappeared.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have that problem.
Yeah, but you have like somewhat of an actual green screen type thing going on. Anywho, should we get into it?
Yeah.
Okay, we will start theoretically recording in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to another episode of Those Three Dudes podcast. I am Luke.
Dave.
And John.
And we don't have Alec this week because of the big Canadian, what would you call it? Shit show? Yeah. Yeah, we'll call it the shit show. The how German can Canada get? That sounds more like it, right?
Yep.
Yeah. They're forcing everybody to vaccinate and locking them down.
And the US, who, helped fund the gain of function research to get the virus going and stuff, is having kind of the opposite effect right now. Thank you to the Supreme Court for actually doing somewhat of your job. Finally.
It surprised me the way the vote went.
Oh, really?
I thought it would have been 5-4, not 6-3.
It should
Yeah,
have
it
been
split right down the
9.
party line.
It should have been 9-0.
Nah, it split.
Yeah.
It split the party line, and you
I
knew that
know,
was going to
but
happen.
but it's still, if they were doing their fucking job, it should have been 9-0.
Yeah, but
True.
you know as well as anybody else knows that this is all political anyway.
Yeah.
And about the
Hell yes.
virus, it's all about politics.
So what's everybody drinking tonight?
Michelob Ultra.
Doc, what are you drinking?
Woodchuck.
Nice. Not water today.
I've got that too.
I am drinking, of course, Guinness. I gotta figure out where my camera is again. But in my Yeti that the background doesn't like, that has our sticker on it. Hey, you can sort of see it. An all in the delivery podcast sticker from our friends over at All in the Delivery podcast, and Parcel Patriots sticker that my friend Ashley over at Haley Bug Creation sent me, because I'm a cardboard warrior. And then Dave's favorite brand of coffee, Black Rifle Coffee.
Matt Best is funny. Coffee sucks.
Matt Best is funny. Logan is funny.
Coffee's not that great.
I think you just drank the wrong coffee.
There's one I want to try called Trash Panda or Trash. Is it Trash Cat? It's called, maybe it's like Trash Cat coffee.
I can't remember.
It's a possum coffee.
Oh,
Sounds interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be pretty good. I'm not gonna look it up right now.
I don't drink coffee, so I don't know.
I'm not really a coffee drinker either. Sometimes I'll have one, but not often.
I'm a coffee drinker. I've had to cut back. This is about as much as 30 ounces is about as much as I can drink in a morning. It was up to like 60 ounces a morning, but that got to be too much. My daughter's throwing things at me. I think she's trying to decide whether she wants to come up here and be part of the podcast or not. Let's see if,
Oh, tired today.
yeah, same here. Wish I could actually chat in the live stream on Float. If anybody's on the Float live stream, feel free to chime in. I'll read your comments, but I really can't chat.
I'm the only one.
Oh, fair enough. I mean, technically, there's two people watching it right now, because I'm watching it on my personal account too. But anyway, go over to Float, people. Float.app. And don't judge it because they look like Twitter. It's not going to look like Twitter for much longer. So I guess that's just what their previous head of development liked for their social media. Anyways, so before I forget, I didn't say anything to you guys about it in the earlier on or anything, but yesterday morning was an absolute shit show on the highway because of like freezing rain, like and black ice. And I really, really think that everybody, maybe not John, because you don't really get snow down there, but anybody that has the possibility of having ice or snow, make sure that you have your bag, have like stuff in your car if you're sitting on the side of the road for hours on end. I mean,
Yeah, I've got a small bag in the truck. The wife has one in her car.
yeah, I mean, I keep one in my car too, but thankfully I didn't need it. But I mean, it was like a microburst of freezing rain or freezing. It was freezing mist, but it hit my windshield so much that I actually needed my wiper blades. It was like a almost like a microburst of rain, but it was too small particles and stuff. And it was so cold that my windshield wipers couldn't clear it off my windows fast enough to keep it from freezing up. I had ice all over the top of my windshield from
Whoa.
it. And it was just like it was maybe like a mile and a half stretch that it just hit. And the only real indication that something was up was like we have highway signs here that will tell you the distance and the relative time it's taking cars to get to certain other highways and stuff. And one that normally when I get to the sign it says like 12 miles to what 496
Yeah.
runs through downtown Lansing and stuff. Normally it says 12 miles 10 minutes and it was 12 miles like 15 or 16 minutes. And I'm like, okay, what's going on there? I'm like, it's before rush hour, so can't can't be that and everything. And it was just about a mile later that this burst of moisture hit my car and stuff. And I'm like, oh yeah, slowed down to from the 80 miles an hour speed limit to 35. So, but it didn't stop. There were like probably 5 or 6 cars in the ditches in like about a 5 mile stretch. I saw one roll over. It was just
People not knowing how to drive.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's like they saw it and thought, oh, it's just rain. I'm like, I saw it and I look over at the temperature gauge on my dash and it said it was 28 degrees outside, not counting the wind chill. And I'm like, holy shit, this isn't going to be good.
Yeah.
But I mean, hand warmers, I keep hand warmers, extra clothes, water, food. Hey, Doggo's joining us. But
Yeah, Doggo's joining us.
I keep all that stuff in my car bag and in my car and stuff just in case I was in.
Yeah, we've got to update ours. That things that we've got in our cars. I don't know the last time I really looked inside it.
Yeah. Actually, I have mine in here in the kitchen right now because I need to go through mine and pull anything that's out of date out of mine. I guess maybe so. There's like nobody in the Twitch stream tonight.
No, we got nobody tonight.
2 people.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
And I'm one of them. So anyways, we'll just get into the topics. If anybody wants to, suggest a topic for us to cover, feel free to jump over onto our Discord or hell, just find us on social media. Anything, we're on most everything, although the best ones to get a hold of us are Discord, MeWe. I mean, I monitor the Telegram channel all the time also, and the Float. Oh, and Instagram. The other Facebook.
I still haven't been rebanned from, so
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, I guess we can jump on this quick. Federal judge rules FTC can proceed with antitrust against Facebook. Um,
About
Facebook's
bloody
parent
time.
company Meta, mostly because of the monopoly that they have with Instagram and WhatsApp and Facebook. Don't they have something else? I
I
They
think
should be-
so.
They should be going after Google too.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. They should be
I
going
don't-
after Google.
I
They
don't
should
use
be going after Amazon. They
I don't
really
use-
Oh,
should.
hell yeah.
I don't use Google. I use Bing, so that way when I type in my symptoms, it just shows me ads for coffins.
Oh yeah. I use DuckDuckGo for most
Yeah.
everything. I do actually use I think it's called pre-search. I started using that because sort of like the Brave browser because all I use is the Brave browser. I earn the PRE cryptocurrency for using the pre-search.
Nice.
And
Mm.
it works like DuckDuckGo. It still has the same like technology and trying to
That looks interesting.
safeguard. What? You looking up?
Research.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
looking up research? Yeah,
Yep. I'm gonna add it to my browser.
yeah. They actually have plugins for the Brave browser to make
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. At the moment, I'm on Vividal, Vivaldi,
Okay.
and they've got one for that also.
I mean, you have to make an account with them and stuff to be logged in.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's. I mean, any free crypto, I'll take.
Hey, Amber.
Hey, Amber.
Hi, Amber.
Now make sure that you are being careful with your PPE equipment there, Amber.
Oh, she's preparing. They've got I imagine probably 1 to 2 inches of 1 to 2 inches of snow coming through tonight. So
Apparently, I am approaching my article limit at Market Watch. Clicking on this link.
What the hell
So,
is
if
Market
that-
Watch?
That's where I got that link for the
Oh,
FTC.
okay.
In August, the FTC filed an amended complaint that asserted Facebook, after repeated failed attempts to develop innovative mobile features for its network, resorted to an illegal buy or bury scheme to maintain its dominance. I don't want to read all of
Damn,
it.
this looks interesting.
FTC's dogged pursuit of divesting Instagram and WhatsApp from Meta, an audacious bid that could append large tech acquisitions over the previous decade. Is anybody even using WhatsApp? Well, yeah, people must still be using WhatsApp. What the hell? Why would anybody use WhatsApp now that Facebook owns it? I mean,
I don't even
have-
know what WhatsApp is.
I
WhatsApp
have to.
WhatsApp was originally pretty much like Signal. It was encrypted both ends
Got it.
messaging app, and actually I used it up until Facebook bought it out and stuff, and I'm like, fuck that, I know what Facebook's gonna do to it and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's when I decided to switch to nothing but Signal because Snowden was working with Signal.
Hey, if Papa Snowden says that it's good,
Yeah, Papa Snowden.
Yep.
So
The
but-
only reason I use it is because my brother in New Zealand, he uses it instead of like using data for text messages and things like that with
Yeah.
my sister in Australia. Plus, I that's the only reason I use it. Because when
WhatsApp
they
or
can't-
Signal?
WhatsApp.
have
because
them
when they came to the States, that's the only way they wanted to do it, so that they wouldn't get international charges for phone calls and messages.
have
Makes
them
sense.
download Signal. Signal does the same thing.
Yeah, and it's not owned by Zuckerberg.
Yeah, I'll talk to my sister, but my brother's he's what you call a little bit left leaning.
So
Ah.
definitely just tell him that Edward Snowden says that Signal is the worst app you can ever use.
Well, no, because technically Snowden was left leaning too. I mean, Snowden
Yeah, he was.
campaigned for Obama.
Yeah, he did.
His now wife was like went door to door for Obama the first during the first election.
I was really hoping Trump would have pardoned him.
Oh yeah. Well, from what I understand, he couldn't technically pardon Snowden because there were no actual charges.
He wasn't convicted.
Yeah, he wasn't convicted. So there's no such thing as a pardon for it.
Because he was
Yeah.
smart. Fucking fled the country before he could be.
Well, yeah. Well, he didn't release the information
Mm-hmm.
until he was outside of the country, outside of the jurisdiction and stuff. No, what he probably should have, of course, then he probably wouldn't have been able to, is he should have got to wherever it was. He should have got to yeah, well, what country? Ecuador. He should have got to Ecuador before he had released the information, and
Mm-hmm.
got in the asylum in Ecuador at the time.
Luke, Amber is saying, turn your mic up.
Turn my mic up.
Yeah.
I can, but
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
I didn't turn anything up. Maybe it was just the angle that it was at.
Maybe.
Oh.
Because you're coming through a lot better now.
Oh, fair enough. Sorry about that, Amber. Yeah, I didn't touch the volume at all.
Yeah, you sound so much better on a real people mic instead of that handset you were using.
Exactly. The only downside is this thing fits so much easier in my hand if I got mad and tossed it.
Right.
But I don't think you will.
Technically, that headset cost more than this thing did.
I think I've seen him throw a child before.
Shut up, Dave. You never saw anything. I know where there's a pig farm nearby.
Oh.
Okay, let's see. What do we got else? So John wants to talk about the 30 Super cartridge. But before, I'd like to introduce you all to my friend Steve here, because somebody else wanted to introduce Steve. Can you say hi?
He's just ahead.
Yeah, he totally disappeared.
So the 30 Super cartridge, which is new from Federal.
Federal.
Nothing new from Remington. Let's see.
I don't care what they produce, but they need to start producing 45 long coals again.
Or you could just get a reloader.
I don't have time for that.
Just get a reloader and stop being a pansy.
I don't have time for that.
I had a reloader for a while, but I just wasn't confident in myself to do it.
It's not that hard. If I haven't killed myself yet, then you're perfectly fine. Just make sure that your first batch, you don't put through anything that you don't want to blow up the barrel. Of my 223s, I put through my Bushmaster before I put them through my Bravo company. So anyways, the 30 Super Carry. I take that back. 30 Super Carry, right? That's the right one, right?
Yeah.
The fuck is so special about it?
So it is more compact than a 9mm, but more effective than a 380 ACP.
They're saying
So-
you can, like, for something like a single stack, say, Glock, you can actually turn it into a double stack. It'll carry more ammo because of the size of the cartridge compared to, say, a 380. And from what I've heard from
Oh
other
yeah, because it'd be
people-
30 caliber instead of 38 caliber.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'd be interested in seeing what the actual cartridge looks like in person. So does it have about the same? It's got to have about the same length as a 9mm.
I have no idea.
More effective than a. So are they saying that like you could take like a 9mm Glock, swap out the barrel for a 30 caliber barrel? Well, I guess the 30 caliber, you'd swap out the slide. And
Slide and barrel.
yeah, the slide and barrel, and you could run standard 9mm magazines, only it'd be like you could run the or the single stack 9mm magazines
Okay,
and run
here are
it
some-
almost double stack.
Sounds dumb.
Here's some specs on it. 30 super carry, HST, 15.5-inch penetration, 100 grains, and it's a 0.530 expansion. 9mm is 14.5 inches penetration, 5.71 expansion on 124 grain. So it's more penetration than the 9mm by an inch, but over the 380, you're looking at about 6 inches of difference of penetration with point, well, 99 grain for the 380 and 100 grain for the 30 carry, super carry. So energy for the 380 is 223 foot-pounds. 30 carry is 347, and the 9mm is 364 foot-pounds. So it's, and you can get 12 rounds in a double stack for the 30 and 10 for the 9mm. So I really don't know.
Yeah.
So
that
who's
seems-
producing ammo for it right now, though?
Well,
Just
I'm just
federal.
I'm just looking at federal was the first one that came up.
See, and that's the only thing that, I mean, granted, federal has a large market share when it comes to ammo.
Yep.
Because I mean, you got federal, CCI, Spear, and don't they own the? I think they bought the Remington. Yeah, they bought
Yeah,
they bought Remington,
Remington.
so they're gonna
Yeah.
have. But I mean, they do have large market share, but the bigger issue is, I mean, look at some of these other cartridges in the past that were they were touted as being like these awesome cartridges. I mean,
The
trying to
22 TCM.
It's going to be another round that falls in a novelty category.
yeah, is it going to turn into like the 45 gap?
I mean,
I mean,
it sounds like an awful lot of work for something that is just as good as a 9mm.
Yep.
I mean,
It's not even that much better than a 380. Let's be 100% honest. Yeah, it says what, 15 inches of penetration.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm pretty sure your vital organs don't sit 15 inches behind your sternum. So
well, and what's the distance that these were shot at, too?
It doesn't say.
Yeah. See, I mean, the biggest reason why I stopped carrying a 380 is because it's a gut gun. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
most 380s, the barrels on them are so small that it's like I got 15 feet. After
Mhm.
that, the accuracy on it, I'm just emptying that magazine, hoping that I hit something vital.
God, we sound like a bunch of boomers when the 9mm came out.
I okay. Here's a bit more.
Okay.
It's on Field and Stream. The 30 Super Carry could be considered a pistol version of the 327 Federal Magnum, which I can't see how. Both use the same diameter bullet, .327. Both are loaded to 45,000 PSI. Yeah, I can't see how they can compare something to a Magnum cartridge.
It sounds like they're just trying to find anything that they can to find where they can classify it that.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, the okay, so according to this guns.com, there's two guns being produced right now, or plans of. Anyways, the Shield Easy from Smith and Wesson, and then Nighthawk Custom is making a 1911 variation.
They're
Oh
saying
god.
So
saying-
at least, I mean, the barrels on these guns are not like your typical like 380. I mean, most 380 barrels you're looking at 2 to 3 inch.
Mhm.
I mean, for most of the common 380s out there,
Hey, it's just a little cold.
it's just a little cool. I mean, so technically, the longer the barrel, the more you get as far as distance usually, and I mean, distance and accuracy and stuff. I mean, my my old 9mm high point carbine, I could reach out what 50 yards with that.
I made a good golf club when you were out of ammo too. I do miss that gun though. I had one too. It was fantastic.
It was a toy gun for me.
That's exactly what it was. It was a range blinker, but you know what? It was a fun range blinker.
Yeah, but I grew out of it quick, and I was like,
Yeah, I got better toys.
yeah. So when I was able
What
to
the
sell
hell?
it for like twice what I paid for it, in
Dump
like
it.
in the first gun shortage.
Oh. No, I was just trying to follow what Amber was putting in the chat, and I clicked in the back of the brain just then.
Mine
Which part?
mine isn't even
That's adorable. Bring back the child. Give me the babies.
She was talking about Luke's baby.
Yeah, as soon as I read the last one, I thought, oh, okay.
Yeah, the chat isn't
Uh,
updating for me. I can't see anything besides Dave's creepy face. I don't know what that is. The
You
beginning.
can, re-
they're all
you can
they're also
refresh the
sa-
chat.
How do
they
I do
also
that? I can't do that on my phone.
yeah, you should be able to just drag it down, and it should just refresh.
No, every time I rake it down, it minimizes the screen to the tiny
Okay.
one.
They're saying Smith and Wesson's bringing out a 20-ounce Shield Plus, also with a 12 and 15 round magazine.
You know what I like better than the Shield? My PF9 outshoots the fucking Shield. Fuck the Shield.
I'm kind of interested in that Savage pistol.
The one that you were showing me?
Yeah, I mean it's polymer, yeah, but what is it? The Savage Stance, I think it's called.
Yeah, the stance.
Savage pistol.
Yeah, they Savage just put out a pistol.
See, I still really want to hold the CSX from Smith and Wesson.
Comes in black, gray, or flat dark earth. And it's kind of a sexy little gun.
And it could just be the inner boomer for
Oh.
me, but the reason why I like the CSX is because it's an all aluminum frame.
No, I agree. You know I agree with you on that. I'm not big on polymer,
That does look very nice.
but it's a
Yeah.
nice looking little gun.
It's a micro carry.
Comes with night sights. You get a laser for it.
And it's about $200 cheaper than the CSX.
Uh-huh. And it's a Savage. I mean,
Yeah, we all
If-
know
if they stick with their quality, look,
your
look,
love affair
32
with
and a
Savage
380.
is like my love affair with Keltec. So
look, Savages are one of the most underrated. They are the most underrated gun company on the market.
no, I'd say Stevens would be, which is a
Yeah,
division
Stevens
of,
maybe.
which is a division of Savage.
But still, like, absolutely just underrated.
They need to bring it out in a bigger caliber.
Yeah.
What is it only a 9mm or
No, it's a
Nine.
32 and a 380.
Oh shit.
yeah, they still need to bring it out in a bigger caliber though too.
Yeah, I won't
Yeah.
be. I won't be buying that till it comes out in an actual useful round.
Well, I mean 9mm is useful.
Yeah,
It doesn't look bad, actually.
it really doesn't.
And I'm over my days of 40s. I will never buy another 40.
I've only
But
ever owned 9s and 45s.
but I might be convinced into, a 10.
They do also have the 110 PCS too. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
No.
110 PCS.
Yeah, it's about $1,000. Let's see if you can see it on my.
Oh yeah,
It's a
yeah.
fucking bolt action pistol. You there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to look up the
Thought I lost my sound for a second.
oh no.
No, I'm just reading some of the article on that Savage pistol. That a prototype 45 cal.
Though, the 110 PCS really resembles. Are you ready? Are you ready? A
Yeah,
waiting.
bolt a bolt action Keltec SU-16.
Quality is probably a little better on this one.
It is a bolt action. I don't know. Keltec, I mean, their pistols are known for being cheap, but their rifles, which they're even like their SU-16 rifles or pistols are on the pricey side. I mean, it isn't $1,000 like this damn thing is, but
I'm thinking about getting an AR pistol, anyways.
I want one. I want one for my next car gun.
That's what I wanted. Anyway, I want a truck gun.
I mean, keep that in my car with a duffel bag with an old what was it, the Alice load bearing chest rig.
Put a
No.
tarp. You gotta put a tarp back there so you don't get hooker blood in the trunk.
Or pedophile blood.
When they're dead, they're just hookers. That's my favorite episode of Archer. Call girl. No, Cyril. When they're dead, they're just hookers.
Okay, so let's move on to this awesome little 3D printed toy that John also posted in the topic request.
Yeah, I saw that.
The bump finger, what was it? Bump fingertip aperture.
Kind of want to get one.
That just brought up the picture.
Let's see if it works on my AR. I want to see if it works on my APX. Fuck it.
So, John, you were telling us all about this before we started recording and everything.
Yeah. What it is, a company with some really smart people designed this so that you can theoretically, allegedly,
Theoretically,
yeah,
Hypothetically,
allegedly,
yes, that you can use this
ABC
to,
alphabet boys,
yes,
get off our back.
that you can make this so that you can allegedly make your rifle into a rapid fire rifle. I've seen some videos,
Do
and
so.
it is rapid fire.
I mean, do you have the videos available right now? Share screen is on.
It's should be on their website. Hang on, let me see if I can.
See, I couldn't pull up anything on my phone for it other than just the basic.
Okay. Okay. Share screen. That one. Share.
There we
Okay.
go.
Okay. Gusky. Not a firearm part or attachment.
Hey, go back. Go back. That looks familiar.
Dave, why didn't you tell us about this new
I thought I was the
toy?
only one who had that lower.
Okay, I want to see this thing actually like. Okay, they keep showing us this. I want to see it actually in action.
There it is there.
Oh yeah. Put a little angle on that firearm. I wonder if you have to always hold the gun that way. No, okay.
That was a shotgun.
Yeah, that looked like the Sega.
Yeah.
Sega 12.
This seems unnecessary and stupid.
You
And I
want one,
want
don't
it.
you?
And I
Yeah.
want it.
You know, it was like
Give
I
me
didn't-
some time to get my 3D printer behaving. I've already bookmarked
you know what
where
though?
I can get the STL from.
You know what though? What everybody should do is go out and buy a 3D printer and print your own damn one, and the government would have no fucking idea.
Yeah, that's why they released the STL. Oh, an STL is the file where you can 3D print something.
Well, technically
That's
speaking,
why they also released it.
technically speaking, it's not a modification of the firearm, so there's nothing the government can do anyways.
It isn't.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but yeah,
They can try.
they can try.
What are you gonna
Yep.
do? What are you gonna do? Raid my house for a $10 piece of plastic that I already tossed in the neighbor's backyard?
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't care.
This just makes me want a 3D printer so much more.
We
I
should
mean,
just print a shit ton of them, put our logo on them.
I don't know how to put logos on things yet.
I mean, I never
Okay.
wanted a bump stock. I thought bump stocks were stupid until they told me I couldn't have one.
Till
And
the
then I
government
really,
told me I wasn't allowed to
and
have
then,
it.
and then I'm like, I really want a bump stock. What? You want $300 for a bump stock? Okay. I don't care if it used to be $150. $300 for a bump stock makes sense.
Okay, if you go on to cult3d.com, it's on there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Like I said, once I've got to put an enclosure on my 3D printer because it's in the garage, and 3D printers do not like
Dust and debris.
no drafts and cold weather,
Oh, yeah.
because the build plate has to be kept to a certain temperature.
Yep.
Same as the print head has to be kept to a certain temperature. And if you've got variations, it won't stick.
Okay.
And I've got to build an enclosure. But I have found a cheap way I can do it. So hopefully within the next month,
So,
I'll
so
have it built.
my wife really isn't going to let me get a 3D printer because I'll have to keep it like on the edge of the desk here on the kitchen table and stuff until we get a new house.
Tell her you already had it. You found it in storage.
It's been in my trunk this whole time.
Yeah, I bought this a couple of years ago. I just haven't brought it in yet.
I'm thinking of using the same thing on a bullpup shotgun.
Oh, Luke, hey, you left your 3D printer at my house a few years ago. I'm gonna get that back to you.
That's right. I forgot. I
Yeah.
already had
Yep.
one.
Yeah, you've already
That's,
got one.
that's
man.
right. I forgot. I left it.
Or you want it in a
Sort of like
competition.
all those guns I accidentally left at my old friend's house that I used to live with too. I mean,
Yeah,
I think he
just
still
leave
has
it
like
on
10
there.
or 15 guns of mine.
I figured you might want it back. I was gonna bring it to the wedding, but you were
Oh,
a little preoccupied.
a little bit busy at the time and stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks for reminding me. I'll have to.
I'll ship it to you.
Okay. Why does the return label say Amazon fulfillment?
Now you say you want it in a competition.
Yep. Just don't tell her how much you paid for it.
Exactly.
I'm honestly, what is it? 3D printer go burr, takes
Yeah.
crypto for it.
Yep.
I got enough of it. I
I got $2,000 in Dogecoin.
I thought you liquidated your Doge.
No,
Oh.
I told you I'm not doing that
Until it gets to $1.
till it gets to Bitcoin money.
Oh.
Then I'll get rid of it.
Bitcoin money right now or Bitcoin money when Bitcoin hits 1 million?
Yep. Oh, speaking of Bitcoin, apparently Alabama is paying people $10,000 in Bitcoin and a bicycle to move to northern
Arkansas.
Alabama. Or Arkansas, yeah.
Yep.
Yep. $10,000 in Bitcoin and a bicycle.
Yep, because they're trying to so they're trying to bring tech business and stuff to Arkansas. Yep.
I'll take $10,000 in Bitcoin.
And the Strike Network just opened or just set up an open to, I think it was Argentina, which they're doing the same onboarding that they did for El Salvador when El Salvador changed their national currency or turned their national currency to Bitcoin. So yeah. And right now there is a futures ETF, I believe, a futures, and another one that's in the works for the US right now, which is about damn time, seeing how Canada's already got 2 or 3 of them. So
I'm all about NFTs now.
fuck NFTs.
That's the
Even though I'm waiting for the float NFT to be released. So
why don't you do a these 3 dudes NFT?
fuck no. No, actually, they're talking about the crash of the NFTs coming here soon, and that's That's
Well,
going to bring more federal regulation because people are going to ask which
Good.
all they'll be able to do is regulate the NFTs. It's not like they can
I
really
mean, it's not like we haven't been snapping screenshots of everybody who posts their NFT on the internet and then flooding the market with that exact NFT for the last 6 months.
I'm selling that NFT right now.
I mean, anytime I see anybody post anything about an NFT, I go to like on any social media whatsoever. I'll go to whatever website they have it posted on, take a screenshot of it, and flood the market with it. I don't give a fuck. The Forbidden app has waged war on NFTs.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah, they're the biggest
the
joke in
way
history.
that the concept of the NFT is awesome. It really is. But the way the NFTs are being used right now is just absolutely asinine.
Uh-huh.
I
Mhm.
mean,
Well, I mean, if you think about
you're
it, though,
NFTing a JPEG that can be copy and pasted, screenshotted. I mean, yeah, they could have like hidden little stuff in them, but it's like, who cares? The people that are
it's the
spreading
it's
most of these JPEGs and GIF images of the NFTs are doing it because of, the picture itself, not the stupid little hidden details that prove that it's
NFTs are the equivalent of having your art or having artwork appraised.
yeah.
Yep.
I mean, that's all it is.
Well, that's what it's being used as.
Yeah, somebody makes it for you. You pay them $5,000 for it.
Yeah.
I have a
mean,
$5,000 NFT. It's the same as you're a
and
billionaire.
that's what, and then when you go to sell it for less than the $5,000, then you can claim it as a loss on your taxes and stuff. And it's being used. It's being used to, scam the taxes. Which, I mean, in a way, I'm like, good.
I'm all
'cause
for it.
fuck taxes and fuck the
Well,
government.
it's no different than you being a billionaire and you pay me to paint you a picture and I make one brush stroke on it.
Yep.
And then I say I'm done.
Yep.
And then you take it to one of your millionaire friends who appraises that artwork for $24 million.
Yep.
You donate that $24 million work of art to somebody and then you write it off on your fucking taxes as a $24 million donation.
Yep.
Okay, I just did a quick search. Guess what the most expensive NFT cost?
Oh, I don't even want to.
I don't even.
$69 million.
That's
yeah.
fucking stupid.
The first
some-
5,000 days.
Hey,
For something,
but
for something
that
the
one
fucking
is a scam.
gorillas-
But it's a scam. That's what it is. What they did is
Mhm.
they had one of their friends that had like a massive amount of like Bitcoin or something like that.
Mhm.
Buy it off of them for that much.
It was
And
bought by a crypto billionaire.
yep, exactly.
Yep.
So now it appraises for that much.
Mm-hmm.
And they can turn around and take a loss on it and stuff and claim it on their tax. That's
Yep.
pretty much all it is. It's just a fucked up scam.
Just tax fraud.
Some of these are just, I can't believe.
I mean, the NFT that I'm waiting for the release of is the float. It's the Plank Owners NFT, which is not it's not a an image or anything like that. It's what the NFTs were actually designed for. It's like I I'm trying to remember everything that comes with it. Um, but they have like you get extra little perks.
Mhm.
The float network from the float uh social media platform, if you have a plank owner, depending on the level of, because they have multiple levels of NFTs that they're going to have. I mean, I'm just going to get one of the cheap ones when it's released and stuff, but just to say, hey, I have this. But it depending on the level that you have, there you will also get, which you can choose when to actually activate this, but you get like so much of, because eventually they're going to have like a higher level membership on their website, like where you'll get extra features or something. I can't remember what they're actually calling it. Um, they don't have all of it set up yet for it, but this is one of the working plans for it. And if you have the NFT, depending at like the one that I'm getting, I think they said I think it's supposed to come with like 6 months free or 1 year free of this extra membership level and stuff. Um, but you can choose to activate it whenever you want, or if you don't want to activate it, if you ever want to resell it, the whoever buys this NFT from you will get this membership that they can activate if they want for the year.
Okay.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, they have it on they've talked about it on a couple different podcasts that they've been on, and I I follow their Discord channel that's based off of it and stuff because I'm waiting,
Nice.
because technically the float website right now, the float platform is still technically in beta phase. They're supposed to be releasing version 1 early this year, which is going to have like a group function, sort of
Okay.
like it's sort of a hybrid between Twitter and Facebook. It's going to have a group function and a marketplace function, along with sort of the same wall uh, feed that they have right now that looks like Twitter. Um, but it's all decentralized on its own blockchain as well. So there is no way of,
Shutting them down.
yeah, shutting them
Yeah.
down, killing the signal. So
Might be interesting.
yeah, that's the reason why I went over to Float. But like I said, right now it's only in the beta phase. Is That's what the website is right now, is the beta phase. I mean,
Yeah.
once version 1 is released, all of your stuff is carried over to it. So
Right.
it's not like you have to reestablish all of your followers. You'll still have all your same followers and everything
Mhm.
else. So
Nice.
I think I have one follower.
is it me?
Yes.
Okay. um what was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, and they're streaming, like right now we're streaming on Float with using OBS. They are going to have native software built into uh the platform to stream like Facebook
Oh, that's
Live and
dope.
stuff. Yeah.
That's
That'll be
dope.
interesting.
Yeah. So it won't rely on OBS or anything else to stream.
That's super tight.
Yeah, they have all kinds of awesome plans for it. I really can't wait. The founder and his wife, I they well, they share our shit all the time, and
Yeah.
I follow them and they follow me, they follow us. So
That's dope.
yeah. And it turns out that one of the people from um All in the Delivery podcast, the uh some of the people behind the scenes, turns out they're friends with the chief operating officer for Flow. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, they drove through Texas and ran into him and stuff. He was an old friend and he introduced them to Float and they saw that I was on there.
That's tight.
Yeah. Okay, how about this? 20 The new infrastructure bill that was passed uh has a mandate for government controlled kill switches in all vehicles 2015 and newer.
Want to hear a secret?
All vehicles already have a kill switch.
Anything with OnStar,
Yeah.
Uconnect, what do we use? CarNet on Volkswagens.
But do you have to have the account? I mean, I guess it automatically has the kill
The
switch,
account,
but
the account doesn't have to be active for them to shut your car off. It's
but
an anti-theft device that can be whether you pay
Well-
for it or not. The difference is if you pay for it. So like CarNet has what's called Safe and Secure, which basically you pay $400 for 5 years, and if somebody steals your car, you contact Volkswagen, they give you a $10,000 check, and then they track your car. But when that expires,
Yeah.
that module is still active in the car.
Yeah.
You just can't use it.
but
They can still use it.
here's the thing. Here's the thing that I don't like. This is specifically government controlled kill
Oh.
switch.
Well, I was thinking about that too, because we have an OnStar dispatching center here in my area.
Yeah.
That as a firefighter, we don't even have access to. If there's a fire there, we can't get in and do it.
Yeah.
Or take care of it. It happens to share property with the Department of Homeland Security.
Oh, go figure.
Shocker.
Sort of like CIA and the NSA, use Amazon's AWS for all of their internal
Mm-hmm.
communications and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why I just watch nobody buying new cars.
Well, here's the scary thing.
Do you think I'm going to take my car to a shop and allow you to put something into it?
At what point do they require retrofitting?
They can
Because-
pay me. They can pay me $10 billion.
They can, or they can do something else.
And get on their knees and suck this dick.
I mean, it's like this. It's like this new, like the Supreme Court decisions and everything. Technically, both of them are technically constitutional. I mean, the one, they, threw out the OSHA mandate requiring big businesses to mandate vaccinations, or
Because OSHA is only there for occupational safety and health. They are not a medical.
but either way, I mean, it could go that could the means that it was executed was unconstitutional, and that's
Mhm.
the executive branch said, OSHA, you do this.
Yep.
If it had gone through the actual legislation and been mandated that way, then there's more of a possibility that could actually be legalized. But
They had to do it that way because there's no way in hell they'd get that through.
exactly.
Yep.
I mean,
Well,
that's
that's why-
even like our governor has backed off the vaccine mandates
Yep.
because of the fact that she doesn't want to lose re-election.
She's going to lose anyways. But that goes right along with Biden trying to pass legislation that states it's no longer the 60 to whatever vote. It's supposed, or he wants it to be majority, so that way 51 votes gets him whatever he wants.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the filibuster.
Yep.
50
51 votes gets him whatever he wants. But what he also doesn't realize is, isn't it a midterm election year this year?
Well,
Yep.
yeah, and that's the reason why that won't pass, because there's always the chance that the party that's in power is going to lose power.
Yeah.
And when they do, then they can't use the filibuster in their favor.
Yep, you're gonna see a guaranteed control change this year.
Which the
Both houses.
filibuster is really the only thing that really sets the Senate apart from the House of Reps. So
the Senate, the House of Reps, all of it's gonna end up going Republican this year.
Yep.
But
that's why they're trying to jam it through now so they can change the voting laws.
Yep.
But what about the other Supreme Court decision where they upheld technically it wasn't a mandate on healthcare workers, but it sort of is where uh uh any publicly funded
Government
health
funded.
government funded health care organizations are um, well can't or has to mandate the vaccines or do the mandatory testing.
Most of them are already vaccinated. If they're not, they quit a long time ago.
No,
Yep.
the Sparrow Hospital in Lansing, they all the nursing staff fought back and stuff, and they got the mandate taken out. But
On this side, most of them that are left are vaccinated. All the unvaccinated ones quit a long time ago.
either way, what this is going to do is how they justified this was it's not OSHA, it's what is it? It is Social Security Administration, I think, because what it is if they don't do this do this mandate correctly, then they can't get paid for Medicare, Medicaid
Yep. It's
uh,
it's
claims or
any
anything.
Yep. The only ones that are going to be required to do it are those that accept Medicaid and Medicare as payment,
Which,
which
like
is
I was
pretty
talking
much
to my
everybody.
well, but I was talking to my mother-in-law, and she agrees too that there's going to be a lot of smaller uh,
A lot of
doctors.
Republic,
A lot of doctors' offices are going to say, "Nope, we
a
aren't going
lot
to
of
accept that anymore."
Yep, a lot of Republican owned
Oh yeah,
hospitals, dental offices, everything.
yep,
They're going to stop taking Medicare and Medicaid.
yep. I mean,
Yep.
they'll have to because otherwise they're gonna lose their staff.
Yep.
Their staff isn't gonna put up with it.
Sorry, I wasn't laughing at that. I just saw something on Twitter.
Sure, sure.
Hundred of mail-in ballot applications have been rejected under Texas' new restrictive voting rules.
Here we go again.
And did you guys see about that hostage situation in Texas?
Yeah, is it resolved yet, or are they still dealing with it?
Uh,
The FBI
well,
come in and kill everybody already.
The last I read, they were negotiating.
Like I said, have they gone in and killed everybody already?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
nothing. They're all nothing is saying that anyone's been released or.
So this is all over a Pakistani national in a U.S. prison.
Who is
what
Al
it is?
Qaeda?
Who's Al Qaeda? Yep.
Yep. Any money, once I give it a day and it will totally disappear. The news will not say a word because it's someone of color.
So apparently this is all over Afia Siddiqui. In 2010, Siddiqui was sentenced to 86 years in prison by a New York federal judge following a 14-day trial. A jury found her guilty of attempted murder of U.S. nationals and government employees, as well as assault against U.S. officers and employees. Siddiqui, a Pakistani scientist who graduated from Massachusetts Institute of Technology and obtained a doctorate from Brandeis University, was taken into custody for question by Afghan National Police in 2008, who said they found handwritten notes referring to potential targets of mass casualty attack, according to a federal indictment. A group of Americans attempted to speak to her. Prosecutor said she was able to grab a U.S. soldier's rifle and open fire on the interrogation team, although no one was hit by the gunfire.
What the hell do they have firearms in an interrogation for?
Because we're Americans.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
At sentencing, the judge found that a terrorism enhancement applied to her crime, citing statements that she made that the judge concluded demonstrated her actions and intent to retaliate against the U.S. government, including "I hate Americans" and "Death to America." So this is all over.
Yep.
Somebody who's been in jail since 2008, when her family has come out and said, like, no, stop this. So we're gonna go ahead and take over a synagogue because we want a Pakistani national release.
And they said that one hostage has been released so far.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, guy. That's not gonna get you anywhere but dead.
Nope.
Yep.
Exactly.
So did you guys hear about New York City gives non-citizens right to vote in local elections?
Yep.
Yeah,
Heard about that.
I
Gives
heard about that.
800,000 non-citizens the right to vote in local elections.
Now, are we talking? What are we when we're talking non-citizens? Are we talking green card? Are we talking illegals? Like there's a difference because
Including green card holders, individuals with workers permits, and DACA holders.
so at that point, if you're able to be taxed, and my grandmother had a green card up until the day she died at 80 some years old, 70 some years old, she was never classified as a US citizen, so she's not allowed to vote, but she was still taxed on every paycheck. She still had to pay her taxes, she still had to file taxes. If you're here legally, whether you're on a work visa, you get a green card, what have you, if you are legally allowed to be taxed, then you should be legally allowed to vote. Otherwise, that is taxation without representation, and that is unconstitutional in itself.
True.
But the problem is how many
True,
of these,
but they're not
I-
U.S. citizens, so they don't fall under U.S. Constitution.
But we
Wrong.
we can
Wrong.
take
Well,
by that theory we can take 35% of their paycheck every week.
hey, I think all government is fraud. So
But you get what I'm saying, right?
yeah,
Like,
I understand.
that's why I asked the question, what are we talking about when we say non-citizens? Because if you're allowed to be taxed, then you should be allowed to vote.
Main reason I said that you're wrong, Luke, is when I was a green card holder, I could not get a concealed carry permit in New Mexico because I was not a US citizen. But there was a court case done by the Second Amendment Foundation that was before a federal judge that said, I can't remember what part of the Constitution was, but it was something about equal protection or something. And the judge ruled that a green card holder in New Mexico can get a concealed weapons permit. And I know this because I was the person in that case. That's why I had a concealed weapons permit several years before I became a US citizen.
If you go through the process to get here legally, you should have the same rights as anybody who was born here.
Yeah.
But New Mexico did not look at it that way. They were forced screaming. In fact, still, if you go on the New Mexico Department of Public Service or whatever it's called, in the concealed carry section, they still do not say that a green card holder can get a concealed carry permit. And a lot of CCW instructors don't know that also.
well, yeah, I can imagine. I mean, it's like law enforcement doesn't know all the ins and outs of what they can do and what they can't do.
Oh yeah, of course.
I mean, they've started to pick up on things now that there's stuff like Police the Police out there and the Free Thought Project and
Yep.
stuff like that. But like, I mean, I remember the video, well, the guy who, the KKK member in Lansing that took the city of Lansing to just took lots of money from the city of Lansing after suing them for tackling him because he was walking around on public property with, or in public with a AK on his back. And that's when it came out, because there's no law banning open carry in Michigan, that he could legally do that. And the city, Lansing PD tackled him and tried arresting him over it and stuff. I mean, this was probably 25 years ago now, but
Well, they did that in Albuquerque 2 years ago at a Antifa and BLM protest. A guy carried, I think it was an AR or something. The cops arrested him because they charged him with public nuisance because he carried a firearm. I haven't heard anything about that since, but I'm quite certain
he settled and got some
yeah.
money.
Yeah.
Yep.
Probably.
Well,
they also tried to hit him with delinquency of a minor because he had his children with him.
yeah. I mean, shit, in Arizona, when I was down there, I got out of the car wearing I had my gun on my hip, and the cops tried to give me shit for it. And they're like, "Do you have a permit for that?" I was like, "In Arizona, I don't need one."
Same as New Mexico.
And they're like, "Well, you have to have a permit to carry a gun." I was like, "Not in the state of Arizona, you don't.
Yep.
As long as it's visible,
Yep.
it's visible when you make contact with me, I'm not breaking any laws."
Yep.
Nice try. You tried to
and
get
then-
somebody out of state, or you tried to hit somebody up out of state because you didn't think I was going to know.
I used to do that before I had my concealed carry. It was the first time I did it. It felt so weird.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When I lived in Virginia, because in Michigan and Indiana, open carry, the minute it's covered or you get into your car, it becomes concealed.
Yep.
So when I lived in Virginia, it wasn't concealed if it was visible when the cop approached your vehicle. So I had a shoulder holster. And that's what I would carry in. So that way, when they came up, my hands were on the steering wheel, and the first thing they could see was my gun, and I wasn't breaking any rules.
Yep.
The funniest thing I had was I went into a Walmart near my place where we used to live, and I met someone I worked with and had a 15, 20-minute talk with her. Nothing. 2 days later at work, she came up to me and said, "John, can I talk to you?" I went, "Yeah, of course." She said, "Were you carrying a gun when we were talking?" I went, "Yeah, I'm allowed." She said, "What do you mean?" I said, "New Mexico is an open carry state."
Yeah.
Yep.
And I took it back to my work computer, and I just punched it in. And she said, "Oh, can you send me the link?" I've been a naughty boy since I've been here.
Well, yeah, now that your homeland classifies Nerf guns as firearms.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Fucking stupid.
And
the funny thing is, they haven't said anything about paintball guns.
They fucking live in a country where everything wants to kill you, and you can't even carry a fucking Nerf gun without having it registered as a firearm now.
Only 99% wants to kill you. There's that 1% that doesn't.
Hey, John, we need to get you as much jury nullification paperwork in your hands so you can spread the gospel on that also. So
I already know about it. And so do a lot of my friends also know about it too.
yeah, I'll never be sitting on a jury. So moving along, anybody see any shortages in this food shortage?
No,
I mean, I haven't seen anything past.
I haven't seen anything. Not that it matters anyways. I've got a freezer full of meat, so I don't give a shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not that concerned, but I mean, well, Dave, you're in the same signal group as me.
I saw it.
Yeah, and
Was
some strange person that seems like he used to talk on here once in a while.
Alec?
No,
I don't recall anybody else.
you mean the one that didn't he become a prison guard or something?
I don't know. I don't recall any.
I don't recall anything like that. Anyways,
I
um,
don't recall anybody else ever being on the show.
sent screenshots of like a Facebook post or something
Yep.
where they were showing shelves in actually a local Walmart, well, more local Walmart for him and I, where like Walmart was completely empty, like their food section was and stuff, and they were trying to fuel the food shortage panic and stuff with their post and everything. And I'm like, what's the context of this? I mean,
Well, first off, it was a Walmart.
yeah, it was. I I don't know if any of our listeners live in or around Charlotte, Michigan, but it was from the Walmart in Charlotte, and it's like, okay, maybe there was a panic over the fact that there was a snowstorm coming in at the time, because there were talks of a snowstorm coming in at the time, and grocery stores are on the same, um, just in time inventory setup where they don't backstock anything. So it's
So
like when they
also,
sell out on the shelves, they have to wait for the next truck to come anyways.
yep. Also, bear in mind, so years and years and years and years ago, I used to work produce for Meyer.
Yep.
Third shift, I would go in, and it was my job to stock everything through the entire day.
Yep.
All right, those shipments, I cannot tell you how often they would come in, and we would put the order in and say we want 300 peaches and 500 heads of lettuce, and none of it was ever on the truck.
Yep.
Also, they could have been doing what's called a planogram,
Yep.
which means they move things around. So those shelves could have been emptied by staff
Yep.
because they were putting different things into those locations.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Or
you also have to rotate it out too, and if it starts to wilt or look bad, you got to throw it away.
Yep.
or also, I mean, that that is that Walmart's probably in line for a new renovation coming up soon too.
Mhm.
So who's saying that they aren't getting ready for a renovation? I mean, I don't know.
Yep.
But I can say this. Yes, the food prices have significantly gone up. Shortage wise, I haven't seen anything
Seen
scary.
nothing. I've seen nothing to indicate that.
I mean,
I'm sure it's coming. And
there's
there are
supply
certain
chains,
things.
there's supply chain like shortfalls and stuff. Like they aren't getting like, I mean, the shelves aren't like packed full of stuff, but it, in like 1 week, some brand might be completely sold out that isn't normally on sale either of something, but there's other alternatives that are still in stock.
Oh,
I mean, the bigger thing that I've seen is just the inflation on the prices. I mean,
Yep.
especially meat prices. I mean, that's
If everything has gone up
oh yeah,
dramatically.
yep, yeah, oh yeah. I mean, some are going up slower than others. Chicken, for instance, has been going up. I think it's sort of topped out at where it's at right now because I haven't seen it go up in about a month now. At least in my area and stuff, but it was going up about 20 cents a week a
mhm.
pound.
Yep. You know how
Beef
much that?
though, beef was like overnight it doubled in price, and then now it's at almost triple the price it was last year.
So, if you're listening, learn how to hunt. All right,
Yep.
because that freezer full of fucking venison that I've got that will last me the rest of the year probably cost me $375 total. And
Learn
there's
how to hunt and
100.
then learn how to process your own meat.
Yep, there's
That's
120 pounds of venison in my freezer.
that's what I've been thinking the last couple of months. I've got some mates that have gone hunting. Like I've never been hunting in my life, so I may have to start talking to them. And
Oh, it's easy. Point your gun at it, shoot it, drop it off at a processor, pay $100 to have
Yeah.
them process it.
Yeah, but I know some states that I don't know about New Mexico. I know Texas, it's harder because you have to, because of a lot of the states have like, well, I shouldn't say a lot of, like, we're lucky here in Michigan because we have so much state land that you can go out and hunt on, or it's easier to find private land to hunt on.
Mhm.
we have a lot of
Where-
state land.
Yeah, but you got to check the laws, because what is it, Texas, I think it is, that I don't think you can hunt on state land,
We can.
or you, I can't remember what it was about it that makes it more difficult to hunt like
We,
deer
ha-
on.
we have lots.
Yeah.
You go to different. You get a tag for saying elk on lot, whatever.
Yeah.
You go to that lot and you can hunt on that lot.
I
But-
like that. That's better than a state land up here where the sun comes up and you turn around and the only thing you see is fucking miles of blaze orange.
Yeah.
Fucking stupid. You tramp out there, you're like, oh hey, I've been hearing deer all morning, and the sun goes up and some fat fucking redneck sitting on your lap.
To be fair, he isn't in all blaze orange either. He's just wearing
No.
the hat.
Yeah, he's just wearing a blaze orange hat, and fucking whatever sweatpants he rolled out of bed in.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start talking to the mates about that shortly.
But I think the bigger thing that you should learn how to do is process the meat, because
Processing's pretty easy if you just
Yeah.
want basic cuts. It's not hard to do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's when you start getting fancy with it like I did, where, I wanted sausage and a couple of different things. Like, I don't have the time to do that.
but
It takes hours to process a deer.
right now it's the processing that's causing the biggest shortages on meat, because
Well,
Like,
this is
my-
there's a difference between a processor that is specifically there for deer.
yeah, no,
know?
that's what I'm talking about, like, for because my parents with their dairy farm right now, it's about a year wait before you can have like a cow go in to get processed.
Okay,
I-
guys, quickly, I'm gonna disappear for a couple of seconds.
Okay.
Okay.
I dropped off all 3 of my deer, and within 3 days I had a phone call. It was like, "Hey, your deer's done." He said there was one time that he had to turn people away because he was the only one there, and they had like 68 or 70 deer come in that day. And
Yeah.
he had to turn people away because of the amount of deer they had come in. He said, "Hey, give me 3 days, pack it with ice, hang it in your garage, and then I'll take care of it for you."
Yeah. Well, but that's also, I think what it is because for deer processing you don't need what USDA.
Nah, because it's
You-
not for resale and
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Where most like processors that are doing like beef and stuff like that have to worry more about the regulations and everything. But yeah, they're backed up with like a year backlog on before they can even, and then they'll
Mhm.
tell you how many you can have processed at a time.
Yep.
You have to like reserve your spot and reserve so many head of cattle at that point in time,
Yep.
where it's like, if I could do the processing myself, I wouldn't have to worry about that. So, and if you're processing it yourself, you don't have to worry about the USDA regulations on
Exactly.
if, as long as you're not selling it and you're filling your own freezer.
I traded a bunch. I traded about 8 pounds, 8 pounds of venison for a combination of 8 pounds of pheasant and woodchuck.
Oh yeah, the original barter system right there.
Yep. And it was the best thing I've ever done.
Oh,
Um,
is anybody in our chat?
Amber's still in there.
Amber, you got any questions for us?
Real quick before we get into that, if you live in California, good luck. because the entirety of California, or at least the coast, is under a tsunami advisory due to a volcanic explosion under the water. So the entire West Coast, up into I believe Oregon, is under a tsunami advisory.
Oh, oh,
Mhm.
wonder when this was posted. So apparently our stream on Float is on Float Radio right now. So
Oh, really? That's
yeah.
cool. Like
Float.
currently right now,
Yep.
like what we're saying right now.
Yep.
That's dope.
Yeah. I just refreshed and I had a comment from Radio 8424. Awesome.
I'm, I'm
Awesome.
actually
Thank you guys at Float.
I'm actually gonna pick on Amber here for a second because she is not at all prepared. They have a little bit of snow coming in, and I'm asking her questions like, "Hey, do you have wood for your fireplace?" Well, I have Duraflame logs. Okay. All right. Do you have something to heat water with? Do you have like a tea kettle? No. Okay. Okay.
Interesting.
So when are you moving down there?
Soon. Soon. And I'm gonna have to teach her how to survive winter.
She won't have to. You're there to.
Exactly. She told me the other day, she said it's frustrating because they get 2 to 4 inches and the entire state shuts down. We get 24 and we're still getting up to go to work. I'm like, yup.
Yeah, it's like another day of the week for us. I mean,
Like I just told her in the chat though, I said it's okay. It's not the first time 2 solid inches has incapacitated you.
oh.
Interesting.
So Amber, I I don't know if you can do this right now, but go whenever you can get a camp stove, a little propane camp stove.
I'm gonna set her up with one. I was looking for one today, and unfortunately, it was too late. I was
I
gonna
was
get her a little buddy heater and a camping stove, but they were all sold out everywhere, so I couldn't set that up for her.
just a Coleman, little Coleman, not even doesn't even have to be a Coleman, like Ozark Trail or whatever from Walmart.
Hmm.
Just a little propane stove and get either, I mean, you can get like a little tea kettle or whatever, like that that actually
She got
sits
it.
on a burner.
Hold on, she got your favorite thing in the entire world, dude. She got a percolator.
That's my girl. Good job. Good job, Amber. Yep.
She got a
Um,
percolator.
get a percolator. There you got your coffee right there. Got your coffee. You can boil water.
Fucking,
Yep.
fucking Luke loves his percolator.
The last power outage that we had, um, I was at work, and it was during Christmas peak, of course. So I was working late, and my wife texts me and says that the power went out at, I think it was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon and stuff. And I'm like, I won't even be home for at least another 5 hours and everything. She hasn't learned how to use our new generator yet and stuff. She did get that pulled out and ready. I told her to get extension cords out and stuff, and she's like, I already got the camp stove out and got the percolator all set. So that way, if we don't have, because Consumers Energy had us slated for like 3 days
Huh?
before we were supposed to get our power back. And
That is the only thing I like about living in the city is I don't have to worry about power outages.
yeah, but she
We
already
do
had the
occasionally.
percolator ready and stuff. And I'm like, well, you didn't need to grab the camp stove because that in my opinion was one of the biggest reasons why I wanted a gas range when I bought our new stove was so that way if we ever lost power, we could fire up the gas range and still cook and everything.
There's your question from Amber Luke. She says she has no idea how to use the percolator. Told her you just put water in it, let it heat up, and it does all the work. And she said she means the coffee part. She doesn't know how to make coffee in her percolator.
Technically the best way to do it is they actually make filters. Hold on one sec.
He's all excited now. He gets to talk about his percolator. John, your background is like cutting off your ears.
Okay. Now let me-
Like it's all right, but like when you looked at the screen for a second and it looked really weird because it was just your face and all your
Well-
ears have been cut
Well,
off.
the
Okay.
filters are actually packed away right now, but they do make filters like the paper filters, sort of like what you would have in a regular coffee maker and stuff. That the way the percolators, you have a cup in the top, and it'll have holes in the bottom of it and holes on the top of it and the top plate, and there's a tube that goes up through it. And what you do is you fill the cup. Well, you don't fill it, but you put I put just a standard amount of coffee grains that I will put in like a 12-cup coffee maker inside that cup, and you just sit that whole assembly, because it's going to be, you got the cup, you got the top plate, you have the tube going up through the cup, and then you have like a base that it sits down in the actual water inside the percolator and stuff. And when it's heating and boiling the water, it will the heating of the water will cause the water to go up and sprinkle down onto the coffee grains. That's why there's all the holes in the top and the bottom. And what that does is it just constantly cycles the water through those coffee grounds and makes the actual coffee. And I mean, most percolators will have like a glass bubble type thing on the lid where you can watch the color of the coffee, watch how strong it's getting and everything. And usually I just wait until it looks like it's dark enough for me, and then I stop boiling it. So
There you go.
yeah.
Now you know how to use your percolator.
and then let it cool, because it is boiling, literally boiling hot.
Yep. Now you know how to use your percolator.
But
I've got a question, Luke.
yes.
What is at radio 8424 on float plane?
Oh.
On float.
Oh yeah, while you stepped away and stuff, that is the float, the native float live stream radio. They are broadcasting us to all float members right now. And also through you can set it up to listen to float through. I've seen people listen to it through their car radios and stuff. So I don't know the actual how to do it. It's set up on some like frequency. I'm not quite sure what frequency. So
That's interesting.
yeah, it's pretty cool. So thank you guys from Float.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. That's awesome.
So I really don't have anything else.
All I got.
Anybody else have any questions? Let me reload real quick and see whether I can get any questions on Float.
No, there's nothing on float.
Okay. And apparently it logged me out. So, but yeah, nothing on Twitch.
Nothing on Twitch.
Okay.
And nothing on Discord.
Well, everybody, feel free to follow us on your favorite social media. But once again, doing a giveaway to one of our first 100 followers on float.app. Once we hit 100 followers on our float page, we are giving away a shirt of your choice from our shop, and probably some stickers, some of the nice stickers that I have right here, as you can see. And for those that are listening to the audio version, they're stickers that say Those Three Dudes podcast, and they have our logo. Anyways, So follow us on social media other than Facebook because we are not there. And subscribe to us on your podcatcher of choice. Also, podcasts go up on our Odyssey page as well. So, yeah, and feel free to look into joining our supporting members. It's $12 a year, and you get access to these videos, including not just what we stream live, but also the behind the scenes, first 15 minutes
Yep.
that we're on here generally. And then anything after we shut off the stream. So,
Yep.
which usually involves, Dave taking off his clothes on camera. Alec
Every time.
usually, yep. Alec usually shows us what boxers he's wearing on camera because that's all that he wears.
It's weird though. He wears them backwards.
He does. I was wondering that too. I was
Yeah,
wondering if I was the only one that
always
ever...
in the back.
I mean, at first I thought that it was like that old style, like butt flap for like going shit, like in the old like style, like thermal PJs or whatever. But no, this was like the crotch hole, like I mean, jeez.
Don't worry, Amber. The only person that is actually a supporting member is John, so
No,
he sees
no,
it
we do it.
anyways.
No, we have another supporting member.
Oh, do we? Okay, so there's
Yeah.
2 supporting members, and one of them is John, and he sees it anyways.
Yes. John is becoming the 4th member.
Yeah.
The 4th member of the band. So I think
I'm just the one that's in the background most of the time.
That's how Alex started.
It is. I mean, I think, what is it? I think it's 5 times and we tell you to start writing up a bio so we can put the bio on the website. So
It's easy. He's an Aussie, married an American, likes drinking and likes firearms.
Here we go.
He's a Kiwi or something. That's all yours is gonna say.
Hell no. I don't fuck sheep.
He's a Kiwi, and every time he watches Lord of the Rings, it brings back memories of the home world.
No. Aussie born and bred.
Oh.
But until next week, this is Luke.
I'm Dave.
I'm John.
And keep your powder dry, everyone. Thanks.
Not all.
Good night.
Stream's over. John, it's always a pleasure having you, sir.
Not a problem, mate.
Yeah, thanks, John.
Not a problem.
And like I said, you're gonna have to get your bio ready for the website.
This is what, 3 now?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
Yep. I think this is the 3rd one. So he's about to be in the rotation of the 4th dude.
Yep.
Okay, I'll get the wife to write up something.
I'm gonna have to remove Chris, probably.
Yeah. Just wipe him completely out.
I can't remember what I have down for Alex right now.
I don't know either.
Trying to bring it up, but whatever. But anyways,
all right, boys.
I gotta go take a shower and make sure all my kids are sleeping. And
yeah, I gotta get ready for bed and go give the woman some attention.
Tell her, come on, really? She wasn't ready for this snowstorm.
Not at all.
God, even I got an alert from the Weather Channel saying that they're under a state of an emergency right now.
Yeah, she'll be lucky she'll be okay when I get down there. I've got 2 generators, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
I posted a link in the Twitch chat about a camp stove.
Okay.
Awesome.
From Amazon.
Cool. Yeah. I'll let her know to check that out.
Yeah, I mean, at least she got a percolator.
Yeah, she got a percolator.
Proud of her.
All right, boys. I'm out.
Okay, guys.
See you guys.
Yeah.
See you later.